What is up, boyos? It is a Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Ark Survival Ascended. And as you can see, we have a big fellow following us. We're leading him to a special spot, the Element Vein. This one is not a high level, so I do not... Ooh, that's a trike. I've been leading him for quite some distance, so I don't think he's going to be too difficult. He's only level 45. We gotta try to lead him towards this Element Vein to get him to attach to it. We have apparently a raptor down here just attacking everything that's one of ours. I think he's latched onto it. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check in a second. He should be latched. Alright, there goes that PT. Am I gonna have to give you more element? So what you have to do with these things is they're relatively easy to get from point A to point B because nothing really attacks them. Yeah, it's apparently my raptor, so you come on over here and follow me. But are you... I'm gonna have to do this, aren't I? You fucking dumbasses! You dumb fucks. Hopefully they didn't just aggravate it. Hopefully he's just going straight towards the vein. I think he is. I don't know why they attacked. I have actually no idea why they attacked him. Luckily, I think we're alright, though. Let's see. Now, how to tame one of these guys is you feed him element, little by little, from, your pocket. You want it on your hotbar. I'll explain how I got my element. I did a gamma element vein a little bit earlier as well, which I found out is not hard at all for me to do. Then he will get something known as a digestion shield. As you can see on screen, he has a digestion shield on. You slowly have to wipe out waves upon waves of dinos that are attacking the element veins and protect the Dreadnoughtus as well. So, as of right now, we are able to completely take on yellow OSDs. I did a couple off screen. I leveled up the Spinos. We're able to do up to yellow with this team. For us to attempt to do it with well, let's just say this type of team, we're going to need stronger creatures. And a Dreadnoughtus is exactly what we're going to need. And specifically, this Dreadnoughtus. Because it doesn't need to be the highest level, and as you can see, every dino I wipe out, I get percentages towards his taming meter. Let's get rid of this guy really quickly here. But what you want to do is you'll run around, look for things attacking. For some reason, this guy burns through stamina way too fast, absolutely too fast. But the taming effectiveness is going to be terrible because of the fact that this is only a gamma vein. You generally want to take these guys to alphas, but I do not have anything strong enough to handle an alpha vein at all, let alone an alpha OSD, which is why we're going to tame one of these level 45s, and then use one of him to tame another one, and then so on and so forth. So you generally want to progress upwards with the tiers. Oh, and for some reason, these are bugged in multiplayer, but they are not here. As in, if you're playing in an online server, generally, keyword generally, the creatures stand still and just let you attack them. But in single player, they are not bugged, and I do not know why. I mean, I'm not complaining, because it's only fair that I actually take it on the way it's supposed to be done. But in, like I said, in a multiplayer server, or in really just any server that I've played on, the creatures just stand still. And you could absolutely just smoke right through them. And this guy burns through stamina so fast. It's not even funny. But let's get back up here, because they can and will destroy the element vein on you, and each vein has 5 separate waves you need to take on. Is he stuck in the wall? Or... He's not. He is up the wall right here. Okay. Yeah. So they have 5 different waves. You have to get the Dreadnoughtus up to 20% per each wave to complete each wave, and then after all 5 waves are completed, you will get the Dreadnoughtus tamed. And as of right now, Gamma, I think, is only 35% effectiveness you can get. Beta is 65-ish, 65, 70, and then Alpha is a 100% taming effectiveness. So Since this guy is such a low level, and our goal is only to beat Gamma on the Extinction arc right now, just because of the fact that this isn't our ultimate arc, and we're only doing just the minimum to get through the arc, we are not actually aiming for a... I mean, if I find a max level, don't get me wrong, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to tame it, but on an alpha vein, but we'll need definitely one of these guys to do that. Because what you want to do for an alpha vein is have a Dreadnoughtus out, have a hitching tech leash around, have like 4 of them protecting the Dread, and then just letting your Dreadnoughtus allies go nuts and completely obliterate everything in the area. But I also added in a new mod that tells me the outline, which you guys can probably see it a little bit on screen, an outline of where the circle is. You can kind of see it just beyond that cliff over there. And if it gets down to an OSD point where there's like, I don't know, 2-3 creatures left, it'll shoot a beam of light up from the creature and tell me where they are. Because on OSDs and element veins, creatures do generally get caught in places. I don't know if we have enough to make a Dreadnoughtus saddle. I honestly don't even know if we're a high enough level to make a Dreadnoughtus saddle. We're level 81. I didn't take the time to look. But I do know for a fact we could use a Dreadnoughtus. Whether we're high enough level or not, we could definitely use having one. Even if we just throw it out and use it for the OSD as a support dino. Because they hit pretty hard. Because then we could probably upgrade to a alpha OSD, maybe? Possibly? But it would be still kind of hard. But that's what the point of having one of these guys for is, just to let them completely go nuts. Because they do hit insanely hard. I'm talking upwards of like 2, 3, 4,000 dependent on what level they are. And this guy is the better of the 3 that I have on the map right now. He's got 7 into health and 8 into melee. The other ones are ridiculously weak. So that's part of the reason why I'm going to tame this one versus the other ones, because there are 2 more, actually a pair technically, level 35 and a 45 are just over this way, out beyond my fin. But we're just mainly going to try to get this one just so we have some sort of a dino to help us for OSDs. He's down. Is there anything else down here? It says hostile still in area. But let me show you what I mean in terms of the new... I don't know how to adjust the settings for the new mod I added. I'll have to change them later. But if you zoom in on the actual thing, it says maturing, hostiles approaching. Okay, it doesn't show you on this one. Oh, yeah, it is. Wave complete. Okay, there it goes. So it must have wiped it out. But as you can see, if you look off way in the distance, that white line is the area you are able to stay in with the OSDs now. This mod extends it, and just so there's that little bit of extra space so the OSD will register that you're still within the area. Because sometimes you do have to go out and track down the corrupt creatures you have to go take care of. And of course I didn't bring my water with me, so I'm out of water right now. Luckily, this shouldn't be much longer. And it didn't help that it took me forever to get him here, because he was over by the desert snow ob area, and then I had to walk him all the way over here. But there's Rex barking. We got to run him all the way over here, but took us a little bit to get him here because we have element. Like I said, we did a gamma OSD, so that kind of really did help out a lot. It wasn't a gamma OSD and a gamma element vein, which is kind of what this is a gamma vein. I may actually try to take this on, but I may need to go get some water first, because I don't see us being able to hold this off without water, because we will most likely pass out from lack of water. Yep, 60%, so the hostile is still in the area. As you can see, it's relatively easy to get done. You literally just run around, wipe these guys out. It's harder on harder difficulties, no question, which is pretty obvious for most part. But it is on Gamma. I mean, if you're trying to take out a low-level OSD, or I keep calling them OSDs, low-level element vein and trying to tame one of these guys, a lower-level one, these are definitely worth doing. Just to gradually work your way up, and then once you get one of these guys tamed, whether the level is low or high, progressing to harder difficulty element veins would be in your best interest at that point. Because right now, like I said, we are not at all ready for alpha. We're not even ready for alpha OSDs. And I thought we would actually be ready by this point, but we're kind of not. Our Spinos... Oh, yep, that one just died. So that means it was just out of range. Yep, new waves should be starting here any second. They slowly die off after you've ran around for a little bit and can't find them. There goes that one. It says there should be one still somewhere. Not entirely sure where. Nope, there it goes. It automatically killed itself off. It's got like a 2-minute timer that it'll automatically wipe the wave if it doesn't appear within 2 minutes. And you have 18, 19, 20 seconds, something like that, to wait for it to kind of recharge. We're going to grab some quick berries if we can, just so we have some sort of water. Because they're not going to be great in terms of water. But it'll work, and we want to dump all of these off. Let's just eat these really quickly while we're waiting. Give ourselves a little bit more water. It puts us up to 5. Which isn't ideal, but it'll work. We only have 2 waves left, and this guy will be ours. It's going to gain, what, 7 levels? So it's not going to be fantastic. But while I'm waiting, hang on one second. Can we even make a Dreadnoughtus saddle? We can't. It's level 100, so we're not even close to 100. But we would easily be able to get a little army of these together and take on some of the Titans. Especially with my breeding rates being where they're at. My breeding rates being a little higher. I'm glad you can't accidentally hit them. Which is what's really nice. Because it'd be so easy to accidentally smack one of these guys when chasing something. But another good thing we could end up having happen is now that we have a Dread, we could set up like we have here, lead another Dreadnought to Element Vein, and then activate the Element Vein with another Dreadnought, and then letting my Dreadnought sit there and protect one half of the Element Vein, whereas I go to the other side and stop anything from coming in. Slowly working our way up to getting different Dreadnoughts. As you can see, they slowly are damaging the Element Vein. They're breaking it apart, which is kind of not great. But they're also dying off little by little as well. This is a bit of a pain, so what I'll probably end up doing is we'll do this one all the way through, and then every other Dread I get will probably be off screen, because they're kinds of a pain. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Especially if it's a low level one like this, it's not worth doing. For the most part. Except for because of the fact that we need it. Like, if you're in a super long, what do I want to call it, like an ultimate arc or a cluster or something where you've been playing for a while, don't waste your time on a lower one. Go straight for max level if you can, but make sure you're doing it on an alpha vein. Because, like, right now, if we tame this guy, he's going to have, it says 122,000 health. That's not accurate. I think that goes a little less than that. So he's going to be probably close to 100,000, if that, which would still be fantastic for anything we end up doing. But back to what I was saying, we could end up doing an OSD with this guy and getting a Dreadnought saddle. I think you can get it from yellows, but we could even do a red with him, let him protect it, and then we get a free saddle to ride on with. And if we get a blueprint, we can actually craft that at any level. So that would be pretty fair too, so we don't have to be level 100, we could get the Dreadnought saddle. But he's again, this is a relatively easy tame, it's just a pain. And you need alpha veins are the only way to get max taming effectiveness, because, I mean, realistically, this guy's not going to be great. Not even close. He's going to be just good enough that I think I'll be happy with using him as like a OSD protector. I have the window open, so I'm sorry if you hear random exhaust. I kind of want to see how much damage he does, so what I'm probably going to do is once we tame him, put him on aggressive, and just let him attack. Let's see what kind of damage numbers he puts up. What are we at? 95, so one more knock would be all we'd need. And there it is. There's our Dreadnought. Alright, so let's see what stats he ended up with. Ended up going 10 into health, 9 into melee. As you can see, it dropped its health down to 51,999. So let's whistle you aggressive. Actually, let's pick you up really quickly. Get away from the element vein. Get down here. And I'm going to whistle you aggressive and attack my target on not this stego, on something that doesn't have damage reduction. Right here. So we officially have a Dreadnought. Let's see what kind of damage numbers he puts out. 1,403 damage at level 52. So as you can see, these guys do hit ridiculously hard. Even at such low levels, they're definitely worth getting. 1,400. These guys are definitely worth taming, even at the lower levels. So let's put this guy away. Put this guy away. And let's fly back to base and grab some water. Because there's nothing else we could really do for him at the moment. So what we're actually going to try to do is we may go take on a yellow OSD with him. And we'll do it on screen. Because I did one, like I said, I've done an OSD off screen. I did pretty decent. Oh, it's there because the Element Vein considered us as starting it even though we didn't start it. The Dreadnought did, technically. It's going to count as a failure, but it's not, so. Let's get rid of that. The Dreadnought's in my pocket. Our base is somewhere over here in this direction. I hate having to fly around on this PT. He flies so slow. We need to get a faster flyer. I'll probably end up getting me a Snow Owl here at some point. I kind of made a big jump by going straight to Dreadnoughts, but knowing that I need to progress a little bit faster because I feel like I've been going really, really slow because my Spinos haven't been cutting it. And like I said, I do want to start caving at some point here shortly because we're really on episode 9 or 10 at this point and we haven't even touched a cave. Like, we haven't even gotten close to touching a cave with how weak our dinos are. I felt like we need to start pushing in that direction a little bit. So let's stop right here for some stam really quickly. Because I think this dude's level will be good enough to help us do some yellows and probably a red OSD. Especially with the single player settings turned on, I think we'll be fine. Because we are playing on a single player game, so it's going to use single player settings. There's a Bronto. I mean, if Brontos were useful anymore, I mean they are, don't get me wrong, they still get berries. But the Dreadnought does the same thing, so at this point, I'm going to personally use my Dreadnoughtus more than I would use my Bronto. I also ended up, like I said, doing a couple OSDs, so now we have spike walls everywhere to keep things out. But some things do spawn in here, like trikes and things I don't worry about too much. Alright, let's stop here. Let's drop our element off, because we don't want to be carrying that with us. We will come back and get this when we're ready. Drop you, drop you. I'm going to split you in half. Nope, not drop you. Why did I do that? Pick up. Split in half, put in there. Yeah, we just need to get water now. I put in a water tap right here as well. So let's just grab our jug, our iced canteen, and let's go out and look for an OSD. I will bring you guys back when I eventually find one. Alright guys, so there's no yellow OSDs. There's a blue one off of that way. Yes, the fog is turned off so I could see clear. There's a blue one that direction, and a red OSD right there. So, we're going to try something. If we end up failing, it's completely my fault. But we're going to try a red OSD with the Dreadnoughts. I understand there's wyverns to worry about. I think we might be fine. But we're going to give it a shot. If I don't think we can handle it, I'm going to pull us out real quick. But first things first is let's get this guy down so he can clear out the space, because he's going to be the big piece for us for this fight. We got to get stuff down quick now. We're going to whistle him. We'll actually just let him just do his thing. Leash him up. We're going to throw out all of our Spinos. The good thing is there's water right there, so our Spinos can and will get water buff from that. Let me leash all these guys really quickly. Like I said, the only thing I'm a little bit worried about, and I'm not gonna lie, is probably Wyverns coming through. An enraged Rex, I think we could handle with the Dread. I think the Dread could take that. Honestly, I think it really could. Are these guys all leashed up? They are. I have one with a saddle. Where is it? Right here. We'll throw the Raptor out too. Raptor's gonna die real quick, doesn't matter. We'll throw the Raptor out too. Whistle. Aggressive, so they attack anything that comes nearby. And my Spino. Let me get out of here. Throw my personal Spino out. This is the one I've been riding on, so I've been leveling it up. I'm not about to wipe away the shield just yet. 176. Okay, I think I can get a water boost, a hydration buff if I stand in this water. I can. So I could literally stand right here with this guy. I'm doing damage to my own shield, which is fine. But I could stand. There's two more right there. As you can see, those beams coming down now. That tells you where they are. So there's one over here. Let me take the shield off completely, because I feel like it's just slowing me down. Oh, shield goes down. Where did my guy go? Where did my guy go? There he is. My guy's going nuts. Okay, let me hop on his back. The Dread is going to be, like I said, the Dread is going to be our best friend for this. Are you not leashed up? You're not. For some reason, you are not leashed at all. You guys need to come here quick and get leashed up. I do not know why you were not leashed up at all. You need to be leashed. That could be a mistake if I don't get them leashed up in time and things start attacking. I'm just gonna hide right here for a second. This could be really bad. Except for our Dread is doing the work. Yeah, the Dread's knocking things away. So I could probably crouch in the center right now and just hide by the Dread for a minute. There's a lot of stomping around. A lot of extra garbage going on. But as long as the Dread keeps swinging its head, he should be good. Because it's doing a lot of damage. I gotta find my guy, but that's not gonna happen until after. Sure, I'll stand on top of the OSD. Why not? Are these guys all aggressive, right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, because the Dread's doing about 1,000 damage per head swing, which is kind of fantastic. I kind of... Wow, Spinos are smoking my guys. And there's mine with its saddle on. Let's see if I can get to mine really quickly. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to mine. No, you guys are shredding through my Spinos. These guys are shredding through my Spinos. I got demolished. Not even close. Okay, so... Can't do... I just wanted to try it. Can't do red OSDs. Cool. I had some pretty solid armor too, but now we know. What we have is not even close to good enough. Where is my gravestone? There it is. I guess let's go back and go get our guy. Because that is a disappointment. But I will bring you guys back, I guess, after we go and get our dinos. I went and grabbed everything and came back. It's pretty bad. The Dread didn't take a whole lot of damage, took about 15,000. These guys got pretty smacked around. I mean, they're the only ones that survived. We put a bunch out, there's only 4 that survived, really. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, at this point, I don't even think we're strong enough to take anything on other than more OSDs. Like, lower tier OSDs. So what we're going to have to probably do is just generally work on like yellow OSDs a bunch, or end up taming another one of the Dreadnoughtuses and then start breeding a bunch of them out, which is probably going to be my best bet, just because of the fact that our dinos we have now, these Spinos aren't good enough. Not at all. The Spinos are nowhere near close. My Rex is not good either. I did tame a Dreadnoughtus off screen. I didn't mention that. I was out hunting the other night when I said, hey, I'm going to go... Guys, I'm going to start looking for some dinos for us to have. I spent probably a good hour, 2 hours just looking for dinos to end up not finding anything other than a Dreadnoughtus, which the Dreadnoughtus is good. He probably would have helped a little bit in that fight. Not much, but he would have. But right now all we have is the... Yeah, I died here. Don't ask how. I got attacked by a dino. Don't even... All we have right now is this. No. Good thing it didn't hit anything. Because if you put one level into health, it doesn't go up by much. We'll try to get it to like 53,000, and we'll put the rest into melee just so he hits harder. And I think that's probably going to be that. Our best bet now is going to be to go look for a female Dread, start breeding out a bunch of babies, and then use them to take on just some OSDs. So let's actually fly around and see if we can find one really quickly. Yeah, we'll leave you there, because I don't need you on me. You're probably safer there than you are in my pocket anyway. Because that one's a male. If we could find a female 45 or just something close, it would be fantastic. But as of right now, like I said, we're not progressing as quick as we need to. But we don't necessarily need to be progressing too quick either. It's in that little gray area of like... It's a single player. I've been putting more time into my multiplayer servers, and I'm playing with friends and the tribe I'm part of. And I've just been dabbling in the videos on the side. But I feel like our dinos could be a lot stronger, but it also doesn't help that the levels, as you can see, are ridiculously low. I don't know why, like every level seems to be really low. These are the two I ran into earlier. Another level 45 male and a 30 male. Like, they're not worth... I didn't grab the element. I guess we're going back. But they're a 30 and a 45. Like, they're not even worth trying to tame another one. I mean, they would be, because we'd have 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them. But the amount of effort and time it would take for me to tame them, bring them to... Or, choke. Really? Stop. The amount of effort it would take for me to tame them with the element, lure them to a spot, it would just take way too long for a level 45. Like I said, the only reason I tamed the one that's a level 45 is just to show you guys how to do it and why they're useful, because they're hitting 1400 damage. But now I just gotta find another one that's a higher level, because a 45 is at most gonna get 7 levels. It'd be a 52. And the 30 is not going to level up quick at all. And they're all going to be 5 waves to tame. So it doesn't matter how many times, like what level the tame is. It's going to take 5 waves to do it anyway, each time. And a level 59 Dreadnoughtus is not going to be as big and powerful as a level 150 at all. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to go explore. We're going to go take a look around the map and see what we can find. Oops, open that back up. In terms of dreads, and while I'm doing that, I'll chat you guys up a little bit. Yeah, so we're planning on doing some live streams here shortly, myself, and I want to do like 100 days kind of thing, I was thinking, to try to beat like a modded server, super modded, but I also haven't decided that yet, and I'm also doing this playthrough as well, and I, at some point going forward, want to get another OSD out there. That is the blue one, I think. What level are you? If you're a 150, we're taming you. You're a 95. See, that's not terrible, but it's missing 40 levels that would be good. It goes 40 extra points. Yeah, I'll tame it. It'll come out like a 160, but I'd rather tame a 150 and have it come out like a 210. Because that's not going to be as beneficial, taming something such a low level all the time. That is a gamma drop out there to the left. We could go do that really quickly. But again, it's a gamma. It's not going to be super valuable to us. There's a new drop over here. If this is a yellow OSD, we may attempt it, because I know we can do yellow OSDs. Red, not so much. I know we can't do purple at all. Clearly, if we can't do red, we can't do purple. But yeah, I thought we were a little farther along with having that guy, but apparently just one isn't enough. You need a pair, which is fine. Like that's completely understandable. So I'll probably end up taming a bunch off screen. Because we do have a... I mean, we probably won't even need to go get the Dread if this is a yellow. We have enough Spinos here. Yellows are not difficult. I don't know how we failed that one time. I really don't. Because I legitimately did a yellow off screen and didn't lose a single one. Didn't lose a single dino. It was probably one of the easiest OSDs I've ever done. I don't understand it. And then when I'm on screen, I have the hardest time. It is a yellow, so we'll go take this on actually really quickly. While we're here, this will probably be the last thing for the video. We'll do this OSD since I failed another one. If we had had the Dreadnoughtus with us, it would have been so much easier, but it's fine. We're not worried about using the Dread all the time, because using the Dread all the time is kind of going to make it a little broken, which is fair, kind of, because the Dread is really good. He makes everything that much easier. Oh, come on, you can fit. Don't even do that to me. Nope, not past the fleet. But I'm going to show you guys that our Spinos can, in fact, handle this. I don't know why he's way out there. But attack leash right here. Leash dinos. Are you leashed up? You are, okay. Now whistle aggressive. Find my Spino, and let's go do some work. So, this is all we have. We have 2 more Spinos on us I could throw out if I really need to. Actually, yeah, we will really fast. While waiting. Just to give us the full amount of Spinos out. Leash them all up. Aggressive. Claim. Deactivate shield. Because that'll allow them to come rushing in. Because these are not difficult at all. I don't think he's part of the leashed up ones. He is not. As you can see, these guys relatively breeze through. Since you're not leashed up, I'm actually just going to pick you back up, because I'm not going to have you just run around like a numbnuts. And you saw those lasers sticking out off of them? That was showing where the other ones are that were coming in. So the yellow is at this point where we could do yellows relatively easy. They're not challenging to us. Our Spino army is strong, but it's not strong enough. So we gotta just continue to level it up, and that's why I'm probably gonna, like I said, gonna work on some dreads off screen. Get a couple more of them. If I do end up finding a 150 or even a 100 or higher, I probably will just record it and put it up as like a short or something. Or maybe I'll do a whole nother video on me taming it. Because I'll probably buy that. And like, see, that's another thing. I couldn't even do an alpha element if I wanted to tame a high level one. We couldn't do it. Our team is not strong enough, so we'd have to stick with like beta or gamma. And beta would give us more levels, definitely, but gamma's the only thing that we could definitely take on. Yep, as you can see right there, those light beams sticking down are showing off the last ones that are part of the wave. These guys are doing just fine. I was also doing an OSD earlier, I noticed, where I was in the water partially, so these guys were hydrated, which made them play like way more offensive, because hydrated is like 15% increase to damage to Spino, and then 20% resistance, and then your health regen's a lot faster too. I'm out of stam. Let's put a level into Fortitude for me, which puts me at level 82. And you, we will level up your melee. Wave 2 of 5 approaching. We do in fact have more Spinos back at base. And it's not like I can't take all these guys back, breed them all together, and then just have an unlimited abundance of Spinos, especially for like the boss battles. Which is probably what we will do, is just send waves and waves and waves of Spinos in. Like if they fall, not a huge issue. It's just these Spinos. It's just we want a huge abundance of dreads as well. So even if we have like level 40, 50 dreads, as you saw, they were doing 1,000 plus damage. These guys aren't even doing a tenth of that. So they're going to be way more valuable to us, an army of low level dreads versus an army of high level these guys. So that's probably going to be the play. Because they can handle these OSDs, like these Spinos are fine. Especially being that these ones have some levels into them now, which is actually really good. Mine does have a saddle on it, clearly that's why I'm riding it, but the saddle I've noticed doesn't make as huge of a bonus. It's only a 25 armor saddle, which isn't the greatest. As you can see, now here's a really good example. You see that green light way over there? That's where they are. You can see how far out they're spawning. One way over there as well too. One way down there. You can see the spawns are just all over the place. So these green lights just let you know where they're at. So you can go track them down. Or if there's only 2 left, it'll force them to get KO'd by themselves. Force them destroyed, I guess, would be the term you use. They'll force destroy them by themselves. We are taking a lot more damage in this OSD than I did in mine when I played solo. Again, like I did off screen, had no issue at all. Now on screen, I'm taking a lot more damage. I don't know if the game can just tell when I'm recording and just goes, "You're gonna struggle now, buddy," because we're actually taking quite a bit more damage. Alright, that one's way over there, that one's way over there. These should be the last 2. Let me see if I can get a line of sight. The OSD is still doing great. How are we looking for health? You're a little low. You're alright. You're a little low. You're alright. You're a little low. We're on wave 3 now? Yeah, we're going into wave 3. Yep, see, it just respawned it over here. So now these 2 are together. I'm going to try to go attack these 2 really quickly. And if you see that white line way out there, that's as far out as I'm allowed to go. So I'm going to attack this thing really quickly. I'm hoping that's a nice level Rex. Let me look. It's a 10. It's absolutely a 10. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why can't it be like a 150 that I can knock out really quickly and retain while I'm doing this? Because it's not like we don't need better dinos. And sometimes they do this too, where they just stand there and don't fight back. Which, I mean, is perfectly fair to me. I'm not going to complain about that. And there should be another one just chilling right here. I think it's stuck inside the mesh. Yeah, it is. It's a Spino. So I'm just going to keep swinging at it. Stuck in the mesh. We'll leave him in the mesh. Because you would have never seen this guy here if you didn't have that light beam refracting down. Oh, it was a trike? Sounded like a Spino. That's a trike. But we're going on to wave 3. Again, these guys should be able to handle it. The dread here would have made it a little easier, but I just wanted to show you guys we can do it without the dread, and we're going to do it without the dread. We still have that other Spino available as backup in case the army does get thin. A lot of these guys also did take a beating from the red OSD as well, so some of them are a little messed up from that still. My guy does hit hard enough. He hits almost 300 damage alone. I do have a lot of levels probably to put these guys, which I probably will do off screen for any of them not to survive this fight. It should be the vast majority, I'm assuming, because I don't think these guys are hitting hard enough. The only thing I'm going to have to worry about is the enraged trikes. But even then, I should be fine. Because especially if I take all the aggro on my guy, and let these guys just handle all the little ones, I should be okay. Because the saddles, that's the only thing that I'm going to have to also worry about. I completely forgot. Arthropleras. They deal damage back at you, which makes them more of a pain in the ass than they're actually worth fighting. because you'll take more damage than you can deal sometimes. Like, I'm taking 26 damage every time I hit this guy, and I'm doing 200. So it's like a tenth of the damage being dealt back to me. And that does happen for those guys as well, too. Which is just kind of nuts. Alright, where are we at? Alright, we got 2 more coming this way. I'm going to put the other level into melee really quickly. Because we're hitting, like I said, almost 300 damage every swing, which is pretty good. 302 now. That's mate boosted. 302, 227. Other than that, that's fair. We should be alright. This one up here. Like I said, Spinos can be pretty good. They can be as good as Rexes. Because like I've noticed Spinos spawn here a lot more. Like, vastly a lot more than anything else. If you go that way, towards the sulfur, Spinos everywhere. Like, absolutely everywhere. These guys are all trapped in that ring. Let me take the time to heal up really quickly a little bit. So we need the Corrupt Hearts, the Spino Sails, things like that. We're all going to need to take with us. The Corrupt Nodules, definitely. What I've had to do, which is annoying, is with the PT being as low weight as he is, I've had to completely fill my inventory and then do the respawn glitch. Not glitch, the respawn thing where I KO myself and just respawn back and then take the gravestone. I've had to do that a couple of times just to be able to even get half of this stuff home. Because like I need these black pearls, but they weigh too much for me to take. What wave number is this now? 4. Yeah, like I said, the Spinos are doing a lot better now. They're a couple higher levels. I just need to start leveling them up a little bit more, and I think we'll be a-okay. And once we get another Dread, I think is going to be the answer entirely. And one more Dread. If we were to have the one Dread here right now, this would be a cakewalk, because it would be hitting whenever these things swarm like this. It would swing its head once and completely obliterate everything. Because I don't even think half these guys have. Let me look at the health on some of these guys. Yeah, this guy has 1,000, or 3,000, I'm sorry. 3,000, you're looking at 2,000. So yeah, 2 head swipes of the Dread is going to wipe out all of these guys. Because you got to think, if he's doing a head swipe, these guys are all doing normal attacks. Yeah, we're doing insane amounts of damage against these guys. So we're definitely going to be able to take these out so much quicker. And these guys I know don't have that kind of health. Where is it? Where's that? Arthropleura, you have 2,800. I don't know how much this guy has, but I know they don't have much. 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 hits, so you're looking at maybe 1,400 health. So yeah, again, 2 swipes from the Dread. It's going to wipe out almost anything that comes at us right now, which isn't terrible. Now, with me hitting 300 damage normal swings, if I just let the Dread do its extra work while I just run around and swap things with my Spino, I think it'd be pretty good with them. Oh, there's an Enraged. Alright, I need to go take that on. One-on-one, I need to go block that up. Hey, don't you run away from me. You and I need to square up, buddy. As you can see, it hits 305 damage, so I slowly got to back up. And let me try to get headshots as well as getting mate boosted if possible. Because if I can lower its health down enough to the point where I'm close to my other dinos. Oh, now we're getting 292 and I think they're getting the mate boost right now. There we are. The only thing I'm worried about is one of these guys getting wiped out from this guy. Because he does hit really, really hard. I need them all to turn and start attacking here in a second. Take out the Arthropleura, I'll focus on this guy. I'm getting dizzy from being exhausted. I accidentally hit a Stego. Which the Stego is now alpha boosted because this guy here. Once I wipe out this guy here, the alpha boost will go away. There goes the Corrupt Trike. There's the Arthropleura, and this should be close to the end of that wave. I'm actually going to let them do some work there. all those into melee. Did I get any levels? I got 3. Perfect. So we'll go Fortitude, and then we'll go one more into weight. So he's hitting 315 with mate boosted right now, which is kind of great. This guy's got 10k health. Anything else in the area? Does not look it. I think that's going to be the end of this wave. Yep, there's the end of that wave. So we're on the final wave. So what I'll do is once I finish this, I'll probably show you guys the loot we got, end the video there, and I'll just fly myself back to base on the PT or just do the death respawn. And then next video, hopefully, I'll have another Dreadnought teamed up, and I'll have a breeding pair by that point. Because if we can get that going, that would be our best bet. And then we'll try to take on another red OSD in the next part. Because once we can start taking on red OSDs, we'll get better gear, even better gear, and we'll be able to actually take on some more element veins, and preferably tame a higher level dread, and then go into a cave. Because our Spinos can't cave, we're going to have to use our dread, probably. But we might be able to do dual Spinos and then a dread lead, or something like that. Because I've taken on the caves in the multiplayer servers, and they're a lot stronger, but also those ones don't have the single player buff on from having lesser stats for going against a singular player. Because when you play with single player settings on, everything's slightly easier for smaller tribes and for single player experience to make it a little more enjoyable. Less overwhelming, I guess. I mean, it's not that it's overwhelming, as I play solo in a server anyway, but I feel like those dinos spawn. The higher level dinos are wild. Like, I'm able to find closer 150s more, 150s to 180s, because I'm on Syntax server, and his I can find 180s everywhere. On this single player, I feel like I can't find any. But as you guys can see, we are having absolutely no issue at all on a yellow OSD now with this team. There's the last 4 right here. Well, here's 3 of the 4. Where's the other one? Oh, down there. Okay. I'm completely out of stam. I'm heavy. Why am I heavy? I don't want that hat, but we'll take that, sure. Drop this. Let them handle fighting that for now. There's a lot of hide here I'm going to have to take. I can't say no to that. Titan as well. We'll drop all that. Use some weight. I'm going to wipe this guy out just because he'll attack me after the OSD's over. Hopefully these guys are hitting these guys, so they're not just damaging the OSD. Oh yeah, no, they're getting it. Perfect. There's one articular down. Here's the last one. There it is. Like I said, guys, we are now way more than strong to take on a beta OSD with no question. The question now is alpha. What do we need to do to take that on? Where'd he go? Hey, get back here. Don't you run away. But let's reject our items. Eject, not reject. Eat this egg really quick. And let's see what we got. If we get any like building supplies, I'll probably dunk them, because they're absolutely useless most of the time. Alright, so there's everything. Let's see what we ended up grabbing. Let's drop all the cryopods because we don't use them at all. Got some foundations. Gonna drop that as well because we don't need... Drop the controller. Hang on a second. Alright, back. I didn't do anything other than just pick my head up. But there's some wood wall spikes. We'll drop that. We'll drop those. We got a racer. We got a metal compound bow, or journeyman compound bow, so that's actually really good. A riot helmet blueprint, a chest piece, and pant legs. That is actually really nice if we can get some silica pearls. Got some cooked meat jerky, which is really good as well. Some free polymer. We got a pretty... And another primitive compound metal bow, too. So that's actually a pretty good OSD. We got a pistol, assault rifle. Not terrible, but... That's going to be it, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys back here for more Ark Survival Ascended next time, which hopefully we'll be able to do a red OSD, because I will have a couple more Dreadnoughts. So thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.